'Tis the season, the first wintry weather for many places in the northern and northeastern U.S., with cold temperatures, first sub-freezing readings making it all the way almost to the Gulf Coast in some spots. So we've got a large swath of fresh snow with this first system in the northern plains. Montana really getting the most. Not surprising, higher elevations there, but North Dakota, not a lot of elevation there. Bismarck, 8.5 inches, Minot, a foot of snow. Northwestern Minnesota seeing some snowfall totals. We've got this big upper level trough, upper level low, which is cold air in the middle of the atmosphere, really plunging south, and this is going to affect all of the U.S. east of the Rockies here at some point here over the next 7 days. Obviously taking a little longer to make its way to the northeast, but it's going to be digging in, moving south. That's going to plow up moisture out ahead of it. We're talking about soaking rains in the south, snow in the northern plains, and eventually cold and snow making its way into the northeast here by the middle of the week too. Temperature anomalies are going to be substantial, well below normal here across the whole central and eastern part of the U.S. over the next 7 days. The west coast will be the one place in Alaska that sees warmer than normal temperatures. So this is a loop of those temperature anomalies, departure from normal as that cold air makes it all the way to the Texas Gulf Coast. Yeah, we're talking about the first frost and freeze for many places, even in the southern U.S. Low temperatures as we head into next week. Watch the cold make its way across Texas, northern Louisiana, the northern southern states even could see sub-freezing temperatures, and then that will head over the Appalachians into the east too as we head into next week. Florida, of course, staying warmer, but we're going to see coldest readings of the season for many places at some point in these next 7 days and 7 nights. And the next system, because of this cold, is going to be set up to be largely a snowfall maker for places like Colorado through Nebraska into Minnesota on Saturday into Sunday. It's going to be heavy rain, though, in the southern U.S., and that snow eventually is going to make its way northeast, too, where the next systems running into that cold air will be creating some snow into New England. Winter weather impacts from the Climate Prediction Center, mostly minor, but we're going to have probably snow-covered, slippery roads across Nebraska, maybe even into parts of southern Minnesota along I-90 as we head into Saturday night. And as I mentioned, the northeast, the next system there coming in the middle of the week will probably produce some snow, especially Maine, but also Vermont, New Hampshire. Probably avoiding the coastal cities of Boston and New York just yet. Still a lot of heat there next to the coast, but large swath of moisture. They are going to get heavy rainfall into the northeast and also especially into the central U.S. Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, up through Indiana, western Kentucky, Tennessee. 2 to 5 inches potentially of rain or more in locally heavy spots. We've got an excessive rainfall outlook, slight risk of excessive rainfall in that Oklahoma through Arkansas, Missouri, southern Illinois area. So the first system is going to produce some snow here, as I mentioned, in Nebraska. On the southern end of it, it's going to be heavy rainfall. All of this as that cold squeezes the moisture out of the atmosphere across the central U.S. By Saturday night into Sunday, it continues to progress. But this is going to be a slow-moving cold front, so we're going to have lots of showers and thunderstorms over the same areas, and then that eventually makes its way into the northeast, where it will be rain along the coastal areas, but as I mentioned, snow into New Hampshire, upstate New York, and Vermont and Maine. So here we go. First taste of winter for many.